What's up YouTube, it's your boy Strong. We're back with another video, and today we have the Rogue Maquette from Sideshow. The regular, not the exclusive. This is number 703 out of 2000. Wasn't able to get the exclusive, missed that train a long time ago, and good luck trying to get that exclusive head. But enough of all that, we're gonna crack this girl open, see what we got today. But without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so here we have it, the Rogue Maquette Art Box. And man, this thing just looks beautiful. This thing looks really good. You have Rogue, a picture of the statue here. Her background is she's in the danger room. Rogue here on the front. And as you come around to the side, you have Rogue, X-Men logo here. Just the X-Men logo on the back, nothing special. Same thing for the other side here on this side. And this is the Rogue Maquette. This is what we have. But all right, enough of that. Let's see what we got on the inside of this bad boy. All right, so here we are. We have the overview shot of the Rogue Maquette. Now, what I will say is that I noticed that this appears to be a return. One reason why is because the foam, you probably can't tell here, but on both sides, the foam appears to be a little dirty. And then also too, if you look here closely, you see there's a strip of tape here. There's a strip of tape here. That's usually not the case. It's usually you have your one strip all the way around, and that's usually how that is. Not normally something coming across here, and it just looks a little weird. So this appears to be a return. We'll see how good this wrap. We'll see if we can confirm if this is a return or not, and kind of go from there. So let's open her up and let's see what we got. Okay. All right. So everything appears to be packaged up pretty well. So I was hearing something moving around here in the box, and it looks like it was the hand here. So we'll see if there's any damage. We'll see how everything looks and how everything is planned out. But let's get the plastic off and let's see what we got in here today. All right, so here we are. We have the contents of the box here. I know it's upside down, so I apologize for that, but let's kind of get into what we have here today. Let's start off with Rogue herself. And I mean, I must say that this looks pretty good. I mean, I didn't expect for her to be this good looking. I mean, you see the weathering in her feet here. This looks pretty dope. Mixed media. Pretty cool. This is the hand that was moving around here in the box. Looks like the hand is all intact, that's a good thing. So glad there's no breakages there. I was looking to see if we had any breakages in the hair, in the head anywhere. And it appears that we're in good shape. Doesn't look like there's any breakages on the hair, which is great. Very happy about that. The face looks pretty good. Love the shadowing. I think they did a pretty good job with this. Now this is pretty heavy. This is the danger room. I don't know what you call the saw that she was throwing. It's pretty cool. Pretty heavy too. And last but not least, we have the base itself. Pretty cool base. Love all the cracks, love the details, love the highlights within the cracks. This is pretty heavy too, so I won't spend much time on this. We'll get close-ups later on, but this is the base. Pretty good. All right, so now that we've looked at everything in the box, let's build this girl and let's see what we got. So here we are, we have the Rogue Maquette all assembled, all ready to go. And starting off at the base, I must say that I really appreciate this piece. It just kind of tells a story. I mean, just from a story perspective, you can see as she's pulling the saw out of the ground. It has a lot of cracks. I mean, you're seeing the results of her pulling the saw. There's a lot of cracks. There's even little cracks of pieces of glass on the base that's kind of just placed on top that kind of just shows how things are just kind of going everywhere. And it just really tells a story. It tells a story to her power and how strong she is. And I think that it's just, I mean, it does a great storytelling piece here. But as far as the paint apps, I love how it's very glossy, it's very clean. They did a great job with this piece as far as the base. Moving up, I think that this machinery, the saw that's coming out of the ground, I think that, I mean, you can't really do it any better in my opinion. I love how these little wires here are posable. You can pose these bad boys, you can do whatever you want with them. You can untangle them, put them together, you know, kind of do what you like, and I think that's pretty cool. Love how there's some texturing here as well in these wires, in this piece here, these wiring pieces here. I don't know what you call this, a wire. I don't know, but I just love how there's some texture. I think that that's pretty cool. And I also love how if you look closely, if you just really look at what's going on here, looks like this piece here was attached to this bottom piece. And, you know, obviously this bottom piece was attached to the ground that's now being pulled out. I think that it's kind of like it's just really layered, and it just does a great job of telling a story. I just really appreciate that. I don't know why I'm geeking out about that, but I just think it's cool. And so moving up, I mean, as I said, the paint apps here on the saw is pretty good. It looks like there's like some brown. I don't know if that's supposed to be rust or what, but I think that that's done pretty well as well. Anyway, moving up to Rogue herself, let's just kind of get into her because she's the main attraction here. Starting off at her boots, I think that her boots are weathered and they just look really good. Again, continuing to tell that story that she's been in battle in the danger room, she's been putting in that work, she's been out in the field. This is not her first rodeo. And I just love how the weather looks. I mean, it gives it a very leather feel. It just looks really cool. I love how they run that with the shading and the brown of the dirty, you know, making it look dirty. I think that's really cool. And then down here at her feet, you have some tread here on the bottom of her boots. I think that looks pretty cool. It's a nice touch. Moving up to her suit, again, I think that they did a great job by adding patches of texture into her suit because otherwise it's very smooth. But outside of that, I mean, I love how the green and the yellow, the contrast of it looks pretty cool. I love the hue that they use. It looks really dope. Again, I love the pop of texture, and her mixed media cape is pretty cool. I think that is really dope. I think my favorite part of this I said cape, didn't I? My favorite part of this jacket is the XM. Wow, I'm really tripping today. That's crazy. The X-Men logo on her left shoulder. I think that that's just really cool. That's a really cool piece there. I love also too, if you look at her belt, I love how her belt is kind of hanging a little lower on her waistline. I think that's very girly, and quite frankly, it's kind of sexy. So I just really think that's really dope. Her anatomy is perfect. I mean, her anatomy is great. I mean, from her toes to her head, I mean, they've done her body very well, especially in her top half. So I really do appreciate this. I love the logo, the X-Men logo on the chest. I mean, they just did a great job with this piece. I mean, it's so Rogue. They really captured Rogue in this maquette. Moving on to her head sculpt, I think that one of my favorite pieces of, you know, parts of the head is that I've noticed things that I didn't notice before. I mean, if you look around her eyes, there's some dark shadowing that I never noticed, maybe because of lighting, but I think that that's just really cool. I love how her eyes are painted and they're pointing in one direction. I think that's really cool. I love how the texture of the hair, I think the hair was done really well. Obviously, I like the exclusive better because, I mean, it's just better. But, I mean, for this to be the regular, I don't think this is bad at all. Again, I mean, everything, the paint apps, the weathering, I mean, this is a very smooth piece. It's just really great piece. There were two issues that I noticed as I was putting this piece together. One being this peg here that plugs into the actual base itself. I had some issues with that peg there. I don't know what was going on. I mean, I tried to put it in, it didn't really go in. So I tried to take it out and it just like locked up on me. It would not come out. It took me like 5 minutes of me pulling to try to get it out, and I was kind of really scared that I was gonna break it. But once I got it out, I, you know, lined it up really well because it wasn't flush before, and then I kind of lined it up really well to try to put it back in. I don't know if it's 100% flush. I think it's probably about 90% there, but I didn't want to try to pull it out again or try to go through all of that again. So I just kind of left it at where it was at. But I do want to say just he just pay close attention to that peg because it's kind of weird. Now, last thing I want to notice is I want to point out is her head sculpt. Her head sculpt, the peg is kind of weird as well. You know, usually when you have pegs, it kind of snaps into place with the magnet. That one, it didn't really snap. It kind of just almost like fit in there snug. And I thought that was really weird. I don't know if that one's 100% flush as well. I think that's probably about 90%, which was really weird. But I mean, those are very small issues. Outside of that, this is a dope piece, man. They've done a great job with this Rogue Maquette. I'm about to go put her in her place as of now. But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think about this piece? Do you have her? Are you on the fence? If you are, just use the link down in the description. It helps the channel. I think that you should definitely get this. This is a really, really dope piece. She's a good size. I mean, I don't see what there is not to like about this piece. I mean, this is just really, really dope. But let me know in the comments. Like I said, anything you like about it, what you don't like. Are you on the fence? I want to hear your comments, what you have to say about this piece, because I love talking to y'all. But that's it for this video. Let me know. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you smash the like button. And until next time, man, y'all be good. Y'all be safe. And I'll see you in the next video. Peace.